Hello, everyone. Welcome to this performance night. I'm so excited. My name is Brian Kehoe. I am one of the head magicians here at School of Magic Arts. The other head magician and co-founder, Annie Montone, is also here as well. This is a very special performance night. It is our last one of the year. That's number one. Also, it's a combined show. We've never done this before. Well, we had one last weekend, but this is our second combined show ever, which is very exciting. We have five magicians here tonight. And so this show is probably going to go about an hour, just so you know. Yes. All right. So School of Magic Arts has been doing these live shows since about 2020, and we do this for our students to have an opportunity to practice performing live. It's really important, especially with people that we don't know or they don't know. And every student in tonight's show will likely need a volunteer. So I have some housekeeping. If you would like to volunteer for any of our students, okay, number one, you need to have your video on. That's going to help us know that you want to participate. And number two, raise your hand. All right, so we're going to need a lot of volunteers for tonight. So be ready with that. Another thing that you may have noticed when you came in here into the Zoom room is that we are streaming to YouTube. All right, so if you don't want to be shown on YouTube, it's not a public link or anything like that. It's a private link that we share to the school. So just know that, a million people, well, people aren't going to necessarily see this video except for internally. So if you do want to volunteer, just know that you're going to be seen on YouTube. Applause. So if everybody comes off of mute together and applauds our students, it would be a lot of noise. And it doesn't really work, unfortunately, with the way that Zoom works. So the way we applaud here at School of Magic Arts is we applaud like this, okay? And this is how deaf and hard of hearing people applaud. And so if everybody does that at once, I can switch over to gallery mode, and anybody who has their camera on currently will be able to see you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, good. So those were my housekeeping things for those of you here in Zoom. Okay. So these students, the reason why I'm hosting tonight instead of Annie is because most of these students are my students. I have a Monday night class that I teach, and then I have a few one-on-one students that I teach. So these are largely all my students. So they've chosen some challenging effects tonight, and I'm super proud of them for choosing some challenging effects to do for you tonight, because this is a safe environment for us to try things out. All right, so we're going to applaud them, and we're going to support them as they attempt some tricky stuff here. All right. I think that's everything I needed to say. Did I miss anything, Annie? We're good here. Okay, cool. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Okay. I'm just looking at making sure I actually went live on YouTube. I did. Okay, so that's good. All right. As I mentioned earlier, we have a combined show. So the first part of our show are my advancing technique students. So these are students, excuse me, who have been with us for like a year and a half. So they've gone through the Fundamentals of Magic course, they have gone through the Working with Volunteers course, and now they're completing Advancing Technique, and this is their very first live show. So they've practiced, yeah, let's give them a round of applause. I know, it's very exciting. So they've done some practice in class, calling on volunteers and working with volunteers, and now they get to take that practice and put it here in a live show. So we're very excited, and we're going to support them through this. All right, let's get moving. I'm going to bring our first magician to the stage. Our first magician is Gary. I'm going to bring Gary to the stage here. All right. Hi, Gary. You ready? Oh, we cannot hear you. Let's make sure. I know you're off mute. Let's make sure your headset is plugged in. I know sometimes it comes unplugged, no problem. Small little technical difficulty. No worries, folks. live theater. So Gary's just getting all of his headset plugged in. No problem. Doing good. Doing good. He's got it. Gary's a pro. All right. Hi, can you hear me?
Did that
Yes,
work?
that's true. Hey, well done. Hey,
Hello.
good job solving that problem under pressure. All right, Gary, well, you need a volunteer, don't you? Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Okay. Right out of the gate, folks. If you would like to volunteer for Gary, please raise your hand and I will bring you to the stage. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm going to bring Mr. Rob Very to the stage here. I'm going to add spotlight. You can come off mute, Rob. Hi, Rob.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. All right, Gary, this is Rob. Rob, this is Gary. Rob, you can stay off mute and you're going to help Gary out, and I'm going to leave the stage. Good luck, Gary.
Thank you. Okay. So today I have a trick that involves, let's see, Detective Queen, and she is going to um find your card that you pick from the deck. So I'm gonna ruffle through the deck and just tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Just can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna put that right there. And um now I'm just going to put some cards down and then some more into a pile. Okay. And now you are going to split up the deck. So just tell me when to stop. And I ruffle through. Wait. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
Stop.
Okay. And same for this pile too. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oh, okay. So now, where do you want to put your card? In pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, or pile 4?
Pile 4.
Okay. And do you want pile 1 to go on top of your card or pile 2 to go on top of your card?
Pile 1.
Okay. Now the detective queen is going to go right here, and this pile is going to go on top of it. So do you want pile 1 to go on top of this pile, or do you want pile 2 to go on top of this pile?
Pile 2 on top.
Okay. Now I'm going to start placing the cards down, and as I'm doing this, the detective queen is going through and looking to find your card. So right there, yeah, she knows that your card is in that pile. So I'm going to put these away and start ruffling through again till she finds an answer. So she's in that pile. So I'm gonna throw away this. Okay. We are almost there. And would you be surprised that the detective queen found your card?
Yep, that's it.
Thank you for enjoying my portion of the performance.
Thank you, Gary. Good job, Gary. All right. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Here we go. Hello. My goodness, a big round of applause for Gary. That was his first live performance here at School of Magic Arts. Oh, so good. Great job. That is a tricky one to do, right? There are a lot of steps to getting that one right. Good job, Gary. All right. I am going to bring up our next magician of the evening. Again, this student was in my, or is in my, advancing technique class. So I'm going to bring up Will-O-Wisp. Hi, Will-O-Wisp. Hello, hello, hello. You can go ahead and unmute yourself. I just want to say hello. How are you? Good. All right. And nice. Do you need a participant for your second trick, correct? Okay. So I'm going to let you do your first trick and then you let me know when you need a participant and we will find someone. All right. Take it away, Will-O-Wisp.
Wisp, I want you to talk really loud because you're a little bit quiet, okay? So talk really loud for us, okay?
My first effect is gravity coins. Okay, so I'm going to put these 2 coins into my hands. And I'm going to put these 2 coins on top of my hands, like this. Now, if I turn over my hands, the 2 on top will fall. Now, I'm going to do this again, but this time I'm going to avoid gravity. Basically, I'm going to catch them. Now, when you avoid if you avoid gravity, something interesting happens. There's now 1 coin in this hand and 3 coins in this hand. Now, it just keeps happening. Now there are 4 coins in this hand and no coins in this hand.
Yes, Will-O-Wisp. Well done. All right. You ready for your volunteer?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. If you would like to volunteer for Will-O-Wisp, please raise your hand. You could either raise your hand virtually or physically. I know I'm talking from beyond the veil here. I apologize. Let's see here. I see a few folks on Alan Enid's screen there. So I'm going to bring, let's see here. Things keep moving around. I'm going to bring you all. Yep. Thank you for coming off mute. And let me bring you to the stage here. All right, whenever you're ready, Will-O-Wisp.
Now, before I do this trick, there's some story to it. The night after Halloween, there was a robbery. All the candy on the house up the hill had been stolen. In this envelope, I have the suspects. The suspects are a vampire. Wait, hang on a sec. Suspects are a ghost, a werewolf, a mummy, an alien, a witch, and a vampire. Now, I am going to count from left to right, and I'm going to deal from left to right. I would like you to pick the even numbers or the odd numbers to stay? Would you like to pick the even numbers or the odd numbers?
Odd.
Okay, the odd numbers. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to take away these. Now, I'm going to change things up a bit. Which one of these do you think did not do it? The vampire, the ghost, or the mummy?
I don't think the ghost did it.
Okay, so you don't think the ghost did it. Now, do you think the vampire didn't do it, or the mummy?
Maybe not the vampire.
So you don't think the vampire did it. Now, that was an interesting choice. So on the back of this envelope, I wrote that it was the mummy.
Awesome.
That was my last trick for tonight. Thank you for watching.
Yes, very good, Will-O-Wisp, and thank you, volunteers, for helping us out on that one. Really appreciate it. Oh my goodness. All right. Those were my advancing techniques students. That was their first show. Can you believe it? My goodness. They did so well. I'm so proud of them. I could cry. I'll cry later. I'll cry. I'm crying now. So here we are. Yes, so we're at the halfway point of our show, which means that we're moving on to our advanced study students. These students have gone through all 6 courses. They have graduated from our regular program, so they've gone through all of the courses, and they have decided to continue learning magic, and they've decided to take advanced studies. Now, our advanced studies students can take courses in either card magic, mentalism, or sleight of hand. Those are the 3 that they can go, do. They basically do a focus in one of those things. And we have such a treat tonight because they're all doing something different. All 3 of these students in the next part of our show cover all of that magic, which is great. So we get a real treat tonight. All right. So let's keep it moving here. I am going to bring up our next magician. This, my friends, is the great Lordini. Hi, Lordini.
Hello. Hello, Brian. How are you doing this evening?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very fine myself. Thank you for asking.
I'm so glad to hear it. You need a volunteer tonight as well, do you?
I will, but not at the moment. A little bit later.
Okay. Sounds good. So I will let you start your act here, and when you're ready for when you're ready for a participant, you let me know.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. As Brian said, I'm the Great Lordini, and obviously I'm going to be showing you some magic tonight. Now, first of all, let's set some ground rules. This deck is a very special deck. Not because of anything physical, but because of something mental. This deck has this special ability because it only listens to me. Okay? So don't try anything funny with it. Let's say I want the deck to split into reds and blacks. All right? It will. Just like this. I'll show you up close. Here are all of the reds.
What? Sorry.
And here are all the blacks. Now let's shuffle again. And I can 100% show you that the deck is all mixed up. And I do have to tell you that if you do try anything funny with the deck, the deck, it will tell me. All right? Just remember that. All right. Reds and blacks. Here are the reds, and there are the blacks. All right. Now, I am just going to show you. Here are the reds on one side and the blacks on the other. Here are the reds. And here are the blacks. All right. Next, I'm going to show you a little story. All right. It's about my favorite, absolute favorite cards in the deck. All right. Man, my shuffling is a little bit weird tonight. Sorry. This story is about my absolute favorite cards in the deck. Here they all are. All right. They are about it. The story is about the jacks. Now, once upon a time, there were 4 brothers, and they were all named Jack. I know, a little weird. But the most important part was they were millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires. They had so much money, they barely even knew what to do with it. All right? But one day, they were bankrupt. All of their money had been stolen. They were left with nothing. And they were so mad that they decided to turn to the life of crime. So they started robbing buildings, robbing people, stealing things. They did all of this terrible stuff, but they never got caught with it. And I'll explain why in a second. All right. So let's pretend that this is a high-end office building. All right. It has 48 levels in it, and each card represents a level. All right. Excuse me. Now, the Jacks were planning to rob this building. All right. Now, this was Spade, as everyone liked to call this Jack, because he, every single time, would dig his way into buildings. He would dig into them, steal, and then dig out as his escape plan. And that's why he has a spade, his little shovel. So he went down to the bottom of the office building to start digging. But this was Club. He always was the getaway driver. He drove anything with 3 wheels. A trident, a helicopter with the 3 blades, a jet or a plane with the 3 wheels, a tricycle. Okay, well, probably not a tricycle, but anything with 3. And that's why he was put with the Clover. And then, so he went to the top with his helicopter. And then there was Diamond, who could break into any vault. All right? He loved to steal gold, jewels, but most of all, diamonds. He loved it. So he went to closer to the top floor to look for their vaults. Hart, he was the tech savvy one. He loved anything with a computer. He could hack, he could code, he could do anything. And whenever he would hack someone, he would always leave a heart. That's how you know it was him. Now, they went into the office building. They looked for anything they could possibly steal. But one of them was clumsy enough to trip the alarm. 1 second, it's quiet, but the next, the police showed up. Everyone was wondering what's going on. The entire building was going crazy. No one knew what had just happened. The police searched everywhere. They searched at the top of the building for Club and his helicopter. No one. Near the middle for Diamond in the vault. No one was there. Closer to the bottom for Hart, again, no one was there. But what nobody knew was that all 4 brothers had escaped to the bottom of the building with Spade. Now, remember how I said that the deck always pays attention to me? Always listens to me, always follows my directions? Well, I'm going to be honest, it's not really true. Now, I will need a participant to help me prove this. Brian?
All right, if you would like to volunteer for the Great Lordini, please raise your hand and we will bring you to the stage. Let me see. Oh my goodness, so many people would like to volunteer right now. Let's see. I'm gonna try and pick somebody who is not one of our students. I thank y'all for volunteering. Appreciate that. And somebody who is maybe hasn't volunteered yet. So I see Danny Honeycutt. Gonna bring you to the stage here. If you could come off mute, please, that would be great. Let's see here. There you are. I'm gonna bring you here with the Great Lordini.
All right. Thank you so much. And what's your name?
Danny.
Danny. Lovely to meet you, Danny. I'm the Great Lordini.
Nice to meet you.
And so the deck doesn't always pay attention to me, doesn't always listen to me, doesn't always follow my rules. But these 2 guys help me. They retired from crime a few years ago. How many guys? How many years? Well, they can't remember. But sometimes they will help me. All right?
Okay.
Now, just as Gary did, I'm going to ask you to pick a card. I would obviously say pick a card, any card, but since I'm not a fisherman, I would say pick a card, any card, and since we're not in person, I would ask you to tell me when to stop.
Perfect.
Sorry, that was a lot.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Now, can you tell me when to stop?
Stop.
Right here?
Yep.
Do you want to go a little bit up, a little bit down, just since like we're on Zoom and like it's a bit laggy?
No, that's good.
Good? All right. So this is going to be your card, all right? I'm going to close my eyes and look away.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Are you sure?
Yep, got it.
All right. Now, the jacks are going to go ahead and take a look at your card. Are you sure you got it? Do you
Yep.
need to say one more time?
Nope, I got it.
All right. Now, do not tell me. All right. Now, while the jacks are looking at your card, go ahead and tell me your card. Perfect. I told you not to tell me. All right. Now, I am going to insert the Jack of Hearts, let's say here, near the top. I'm going to insert the Jack of Diamonds near the bottom. All right? But your card is going to go anywhere you please. All right? You please tell me when to stop?
Stop.
Right here? Would you
Yep.
like to go a little bit up, a little bit down?
No, that's good.
Good? All right. Perfect. Now that your card is somewhere in the deck, the jacks are going to take a look for it. All right? Now, the jacks are going to be anywhere in the deck, and your card is going to be anywhere in the deck. But what are the odds that the jacks chose one card? What are the odds that the jacks picked the king of clubs?
That's it.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Danny.
Thank you.
And thanks so much for having me. I hope you enjoyed it.
Awesome. Thank you, great Lordini. Well done. Good job. Round of applause. Those are some hard magic tricks to pull off. I'm going to go to the wide gallery view. Everyone's going wild. Oh my gosh. Thanks, everyone, for humoring me. No, great job. My goodness. Great Lordini. Well done. All right. All right, we are moving on here to our next magician. This is, let me find him here. Are you? There you are. Good trouble. I'm going to bring you to the stage. Hello.
Hello.
Do you need me to stick around and help you out for this one?
Yeah, probably for the first part you can. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some magic. Okay, so what I have here first is I have a what is this?
That's an English
No, this is a $50. This is the
half
$50.
dollar. You're right. You're right. $50.
This is the English penny.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna put them in my hand like this, as you can see. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick the English penny. And I've not told you this yet, but these two really want to stick together. They some reason love each other. They want to stick together wherever they are. They always want to be with each other. So this is why I have this box of coins, and I'm gonna I'll just put it over here in beside the box, and then hopefully they don't do this, but they came back together again, always. So I'm gonna pick the dime. I'm gonna pick the $50 this time, and I'm gonna put this in that area again. And what actually happens is the $50 here, but then also the English penny. Okay, Brian, which one do you want me to pick? The English penny or the $50?
The English penny.
Okay, I'm gonna pick the English penny, and I'm gonna put this over here. And they're either gonna be in this hand or there, or they're gonna be separated. So they're not in my hand. They're together. Okay, so next trick I'm gonna show you with rope. So
You want me to go away? I can go away.
yeah, you can go
Yeah.
away. Yeah,
Thank you so much. That was really good. All
you're
right,
welcome.
it's all you.
Okay. So again, I have my rope, and I'm gonna put my ring on the rope so it's hooked on. And the whole goal of this is to try to get the ends as even as possible. That's good enough, whatever. So I have my ring, and if I just snap, it just comes right off, which I think is really interesting. And this is also solid, by the way. Same with the ring. It's solid. So solid cannot go through solid. But weirdly, what does happen is solid cannot go through solid again. But what does happen is it's together and then it just sticks right on. Now, for my next one, I'm going to do a double knot, what some people could call this. And I'm using a little bit of some tension for this one because we need tension. Okay, here. So now so it can go up and down on this rope. But what's really, really interesting with this is I can just, okay, shoot. I can pull it off. Okay, and then for my next one, if you guys have ever seen the tear and restore paper routine, I'm gonna show you how to do it for my final trick. I'm showing you how to do a trick. So what actually happens is there's two papers. And then so what happened? So the magician, he bundles it up in his hand like this. So this is supposed to be hidden from the audience. And then this one, what he does is he just like starts ripping it up, rips it up, balls it up, puts it into this hand. And remember, this is still in there. Remember that. So then he brings it out. And then when he's going to go and get, let's see, his magic thing, he switches these two like this. And bing, bing, bing. And then what happens is you unravel this, and then it is restored. The audience will be like, yay. But if somebody comes up to you and then they're like, what about the other one in your hand that is all ripped up? And then you're like, oh, you mean this one? Well, this one's also restored too. Thank you for seeing magic.
All right. Well done. Good trouble. Yes, good job. Well done. My goodness. All kinds of multi-phase routines happening. I love it. These are our advanced students, our advanced study students. Good Trouble there took advanced studies in sleight of hand. And Annie is his teacher. Well done, friends. Well done. Very good. Yeah. So you saw a big difference between advanced study in cards, advanced study in sleight of hand, and now we're moving on to advanced study in mentalism. I'm very excited for this one. Mentalism online, surprisingly harder to do than we thought, but our next magician, we've been working together for a while now, and she's done an amazing job, worked up a really amazing routine here. So I'm going to bring our next magician to the stage. My friends, this is Leah Spade.
Hi, I'm Leah Spade. I'm gonna be doing some mentalism, as Brian said. So I want to show you a bit about me while also learning about you. So that does mean I'm gonna need some volunteers.
Yeah, you are. And in a School of Magic Arts first, you need not one, not two, but three volunteers all at the same time, right?
Yep, I'm also gonna need at least one of them needs to have a calculator, either a physical calculator, one on the phone, one on the computer, anything.
Okay, so if you would like, thank you for reminding me that. If you would like to volunteer for Leia Spade, we do need three participants at once. So we're going to bring you all to the stage at once. And if you do have a phone with a calculator on it, hold it up for me so I can see. We only need one of you to have this. We don't need all three of you to have this. So we just need to bring at least one person up here. all my students are volunteering. That's very sweet, friends. We're going to bring some folks up who have, let's see, we're going to do some repeats here. So I see Rob Very. I'm going to bring Rob Very to the stage. We're going to add, keep your hands up because I'm going to bring 3 folks up. So we've got Rob Very, that's 1. I have Jane Myers. I'm going to bring you to the stage. We haven't seen you yet tonight. So we're going to add your spotlight. Thank you for volunteering. Really appreciate it. And we need a 3rd volunteer. Let's see here. No, put your hands down, friends who of School of Magic Arts, students, and let's bring Lauren Butterfield to the stage. Thank you for volunteering. Really appreciate it. Oh my goodness, most people that we've had spotlit up on stage ever. I'm gonna leave. Thank you all for volunteering. You can keep your microphones on so that you can interact with Leia Spade here. You ready, Leia?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go away. Good luck, everyone.
All right. Hi, Rob, Jane, and Lauren, right? Yeah. So, I'm gonna start out with one of you. Rob, let's start with you. Yes, you're our first chosen victim. So I have a few movies here. I believe there's 5. I'm just gonna show you them. I have Iron Man, The Goonies, classic, Lord of the Rings, Beauty and the Beast, animated version, the better version, Willy Wonka, and that's the 5. So I'm just going to show you these, fan them out. I just want you to think of one and tell me when you're thinking of one. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Now I'm going to write a prediction. I have a little sticky notepad here. I'm going to write a prediction on what I think that is. All right. Then I'm going to fold this up and write on the side, I'm going to write A. So we know this was our first one. All right. And that is going to go in the cup. Now, thank you. Now, I'm going to need you to remember the movie you chose. So in case you forget, I'm going to have you say it. So in case you forget, the audience knows it. So what was your movie?
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. All right, good choice. Now, Jane, I'm going to have you help me next. I'm going to, I have a list of books. I believe there's 15 on here. I'm going to read them out to you. I have Hunger Games, Dune, Fault in Our Stars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, I'm Not Scared, The Way to Kings, I believe, hard to read backwards, Hamlet, Prince and Pride and Prejudice, Percy Jackson, 1984, Lord of the Flies, The Shining, The Little Prince, and Charlotte's Web. I'm going to hold this out. I want you to think of one. Just don't tell me when you're thinking of one. Don't tell me what it is.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? All right. So I'm going to write my prediction now. All right. Then on the side, I'm going to write B because this will be our second prediction. All right. All right, and that goes in the cup. Now for our, oh, by the way, right, you're also going to need to remember this. So in case you forget, I'm going to have you say it so the audience can know it. So what was your book?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Good choice. All right, so now I have this notepad here. And Lauren, I'm going to have you help me with this. So on this notepad, I have a bunch of different musicals, Book of Mormon, Heathers, I believe that is, Legally Blonde, Hadestown, a bunch of musicals. And before we go through these, I'm going to write my prediction on what I think we're going to land on. So yeah. And I'm going to write C on this one, so we know this is our last one. All right. C. All right. And that goes in the glass there. All right. So now I'm going to flip through this just like that. Remember, it could be anything. It could be Hadestown, Rent, Les Mis, anything. Right. So just, I know, right? Okay. Now just tell me when to stop. I'm going to go through like that.
Stop.
Here? All right. We landed on Dear Evan Hansen.
Oh, so good.
I know, right?
Oh.
All right. So now So, Rob, you went first. You were our person A. Yes, A. I have that right here. Now, before I open this, what was your movie?
It was Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. All right. I'm going to maybe possibly unfold this. And we have Willy Wonka there on the paper.
Ooh.
Now, person B, Jane. I have B right here. What was your book?
It was Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. All right. Gonna possibly unfold this. All right. Lord of the Rings. And lastly, we flipped through a list of about, I think 50 musicals. That's a lot of musicals. All right. C. Now, what musical did we land on?
Dear Evan Hansen.
Dear
There it
Evan
is.
Hansen. All
Mm.
right. So now I've gotten to know you all a bit individually. I want you to work together. Now, does one of you have a calculator? Rob, great. Okay, I saw your hand first. So I have this little question mark paper here, and I'm going to write before we get into anything, I'm going to write a prediction on the back. Let's see. All right, I think I've got it. Now, we're going to start. Rob, you have the calculator. So, Lauren, I'm going to have you think of a 3-digit number and tell me when you have that.
Got it.
All right, so now I'm going to have you say that. It's okay if I hear it. I'm going to have you say that to Rob, and Rob's going to type that into their calculator. So, what was your number?
467.
467. Okay, Rob, you got that?
Got it.
All right, now I'm going to have you hit the multiplication button on your calculator. And Jane, I'm going to have you think of a 2-digit number and tell me once you have that 2-digit number.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, now it's okay if I hear it. I'm going to have Rob type it in. So what was your 2-digit number?
57.
57. All right, Rob, type that in. Okay, got it. Now I'm going to have you hit the multiplication sign, one more time. And I'm going to have you think of a 1-digit number. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want it to be boring like 0 or 1. That just ruins it, right? So I'm going to have you think of a 1-digit number. I'm going to have you multiply that to the other two, and I don't want to hear it. So tell me once you have that done.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to have you hit the multiplication sign.
Okay.
All right, so would you read out to me that number?
The what it
The
equals?
final.
Okay.
Yeah, what it equaled.
79,857.
79,857.
Mhm.
Are you sure? I mean, that's pretty crazy because on the back of this sheet here, I have 79,857. All right. Well, thank you so much for participating. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the show.
My goodness. Thank you, Leia Spade, bringing us home. And thank you to all of those volunteers for helping out. That was a lot. Again, like I said, first time we've had 3 volunteers at once. And oh my gosh, this is the end of the show, friends. What did I say? An hour? We're there. So I'm so proud of these. I'm so proud of these magicians. They worked so hard over the last few weeks to put their acts together, and you could see a little bit of them in all of these acts, which we encourage here at School of Magic Arts. We always want them to put a little bit of themselves in there, and they really did. They, especially these advanced studies students, they crafted their acts. They chose their magic, and then they crafted it. And I'm just so proud of them. So proud. Now I'm gonna bring the other head magician, Annie, here to the stage as we wrap up our show. Hi. Some of these you haven't seen most of these acts.
No, I haven't because I only teach out of these folks. I only teach Tovin, so I hadn't seen these. I learned so much tonight. I learned that Lauren is a musical fan. I did not know. But I saw you, girl, I saw you light up when that came on, right? I am so, and I was just sitting here thinking, Brian, like so many firsts tonight for the Soma stage. The first time a magician has used 3 volunteers at once, right, with Leia Speed. The first magician, the coin routine that Tobin performed, that's the first person who's ever performed that in a Soma show because it's extremely difficult. And I have never performed it myself on stage. Beautifully done. The first time for so many first shows for our students, for several of our students. I do believe that is the first time that the great Lordini's Jack's presentation has been done in a Soma show. In fact, I think that she kind of made that one up because I have not heard that. Well, made this a lot of the storytelling and things up with that routine, and it was fantastic. And I'm definitely going to steal it because it's a great presentation. And I'm just like this, the bravery across the board is just killing me. And I seriously, Leia Spade, I don't, the number thing, I literally every way I thought that was done is not the way it is done. Because you went down the list and I don't know how it was done because there is I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored at the level here of our students. That's what I was just thinking, Brian. I'm trying to cry because it's very impactful, like to see, I know, and parents are out there, like when they surpass you, like where I'm like, I'm not sure I could do all of these things on stage as a magician. I don't know. Where do we go, right? We'll have to see, they push us to be so much better. That's what I think. Oh my goodness, this is a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Christmas, you guys. Everyone's crying. It's a very emotional time of year, but like, wow, what a great, and we were so emotional getting ready for this because all this really hard magic, we were like, I don't know how this is gonna go. And our students performing for the first time, like they perform every weekend. Like, it's no big deal. Problem. Wow. I'm amazed. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone did an amazing job. And I also want to say that Leia Spade has been with School of Magic Arts for like what, 5 years? So yeah, for a long time. Can you believe it?
Our most advanced student at School of
Yeah,
Magic.
yeah, absolutely. And
In our community, performing on stage. Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited to hear how your gig is gonna go. You have a gig tomorrow, is that right? Is it tomorrow? Yeah. So I mean, she's performing in her community.
That's amazing. Leia Spade, congratulations. And I would get the tickets now, guys, because you're not going to be able to afford them when she goes to Vegas. I'm just saying, like, those are really expensive. I'm shocked. I'm just floored. I didn't know it was going to be so good, you guys. Oh, wonderful magic. And so many different kinds of magic too. Cards, sleight, mental, we're doing it all here. Man, a lot of magic schools, so called, only focus on one type of magic. Like you have card schools or like, sometimes sleight, but you don't have across the board like that. Wow. Amazing.
Well, I guess it's time to say our thank yous.
Yes. I'll go first. Thank you to all of our parents who get us what we need on time, who mitigate the emergency computer switch right before the show, who like make sure that we're practicing, who are always there for us when we are having a hard time with magic, which is a lot of the time because it's a hard discipline to do, who communicate with Brian and I on all kinds of things and helping us keep us moving at Soma. And lately, all of the parents and families that donated to our fall fundraising drive, we made that drive. That means that 4 students who could not join Soma because of financial constraints can next year, which is a big deal for Soma. One day, we would like Soma to be free for everyone because it is the most magic is empowerment. and that we're working on it, right? This is where we want to go someday, that the school is free for anyone who wants to learn. But this was a big first step to us to proving that that's what people want, right? They want people to be able to access this. I was so happy for everyone who donated. I think most of the people who are in attendance here donated something to that campaign, and I couldn't be more grateful. So thank you so much to our parents. Thank you to our donors. We actually made that campaign early, so we ask for nothing this is holiday season except for you to have a wonderful one with your family and friends. I'd love to thank my co-founder, Brian Kehoe. So Brian and I are best friends, and we've been best friends for a long time. And we are magic partners, which means we perform together. And in 2017, we were teaching lessons to students, and we thought, wouldn't it be cool if it was a real school? And then we were like, well, we don't know how to do that. And that doesn't exist. And then here we are, right? So that was almost now 10 years ago. And I just wanted to thank him. This is also one of the first times that Brian is emceeing a whole show by himself. And it was wonderful, Brian. You did an excellent job. And seriously, it was so, look at all of them. They think that you're amazing. Brian teaches a lot of these students, and he is the best magician I've ever seen perform. And I am so grateful to be able to work with my best friend every day and do the thing I love the most. So thank you to Brian.
Thank you for that. Now I really am crying. So my thank yous, I just want to thank everybody who is here in the Zoom room and attended and volunteered and supported our magicians today in their show. Really appreciate you. Thank you to everyone over on YouTube. I see you up on my screen over here. Hello. Thank you for joining us over there. And of course, this show will be available as a replay on YouTube later. So if you feel like you want to watch it again or share it with people, it'll be over there. All right. Yeah, I think that's it for this show. Thank you, everyone. Let's do one big round of applause for our magicians one more time. Good job, everyone. We are so proud of you. Magicians, stay in the room here. We're going to release everybody else, but you stay here and we're going to say good job again to you. All right. Wave goodbye to YouTube. Everybody else, you are released. Thank you for joining us today. Bye.